10 fastest collapsing countries in Europe. Welcome to Wonderworld Network. Even though Europe is often associated with stability, wealth, and development, certain countries are not immune to decline. Many European nations are facing unprecedented challenges. These difficulties range from political and economic instability to demographic crises and environmental problems. We'll discuss the 10 European nations falling apart fastest, their causes, and their futures in this video. Number 10. Ukraine. The problems that Ukraine is facing are the result of protracted fighting, unstable economic conditions, and corrupt politics. Issues related to conflict and safety. Since 2014, Russia's annexation of Crimea and the continuing fighting in eastern Ukraine have caused tremendous damage to the country's infrastructure and have resulted in the displacement of millions of people. Struggles in the economy. Ukraine is struggling with increasing debt and limited industrial production while receiving help and backing from other countries. During the conflict that took place in 2022, the economy was severely devastated, and the growth of the GDP entered negative territory. Crisis in the demographics. The population of Ukraine is decreasing as a result of low birth rates, significant emigration, and increased losses from conflict. Number 9. The Moldovan Republic. Regarding the geopolitical issues that Moldova has with Russia, what role can the European Union play in assisting Moldova? Despite being one of the poorest nations in Europe, Moldova is struggling with political instability and a population that is leaving the country. Problems with the economy. For more than 15% of its gross domestic product, Moldova is significantly dependent on remittances. A shortage of employment prospects compels residents to look for jobs in other countries. Wars in the geopolitical sphere. It is still a source of contention that the breakaway territory of Transnistria exists. Moldova is facing challenges due to its aspirations to join the European Union and the influence of Russia. A substantial number of Moldova's young people leave the country in search of better prospects, which results in a degradation of the country's talent and creativity. Number 8. Bosnia and Herzegovina. The 1990s Balkan conflicts continue to haunt Bosnia and Herzegovina. Categories of ethnicity. The complicated political framework of the nation, which is intended to avoid additional bloodshed, often results in a state of deadlock. Disagreements amongst Bosniaks, Serbs, and Croats are a barrier to the nation's cohesiveness. With one of the highest unemployment rates in Europe, especially among young people, the economy is facing numerous challenges. Outmigration. A significant number of individuals are leaving for countries within the EU that offer better opportunities, leading to a decrease in population. Number 7. The Belarusian. As a result of political isolation, economic stagnation, and emigration, Belarus is struggling to overcome difficulties. Unstable political conditions. The demonstrations against President Alexander Lukashenko's disputed election in 2020 exposed widespread discontent. The government's crackdown has led to the imposition of international sanctions, a dependence on the economy. Belarus is susceptible to demands from other countries due to its high dependence on Russia for both economic and political assistance. Repression and restricted liberties force educated professionals to leave their country, resulting in a loss of manpower. Number 6. Serbia. Corruption, the loss of intellectual capital, and strained ties with other countries are all issues that Serbia must contend with. European Union EU goals and obstacles. Serbia is unable to join the European Union due to unresolved tensions with Kosovo and internal political issues. Endemic corruption weakens faith in government institutions and discourages foreign investment. Corruption is more widespread than ever before. The population decline in Serbia, which is similar to that of many other Balkan nations, is caused by a decrease in the population, emigration, and low birth rates. Number 5. The Greeks. What are some of the lessons that Greece may teach other European nations about how to recover from a major economic crisis? Greece is still in the process of recovering from the terrible economic crisis that began in 2008. Consequences of the crisis in the economy. Decades of debt burden and austerity measures have inflicted scars on Greece's economy. Even though there has been a recovery, the growth rate remains modest. Unemployment and the brain drain. A significant number of competent professionals leave the country due to high unemployment rates, particularly among young people. Concerns related to politics. Widespread discontent with the changes the administration has implemented continues to fuel unrest. Number 4. Italy. Although Italy is a member of the G7, the country is struggling with long-standing issues that pose a danger to its stability. A crisis of debt. The Italian economy is under continual pressure as a result of the country's public debt, which is among the biggest in the world. Italy's population is among the oldest in the world. Low birth rates and an aging workforce are significant causes for concern. Unstable political conditions, frequent leadership changes, and the contentious nature of politics hinder long-term reforms. Number 3. Hungary. Hungary's democratic regression and economic dependency have raised growing concerns. That is, authoritarian critics have accused Prime Minister Viktor Orban's administration of undermining academic institutions, judicial independence, and press freedom through its actions. Tensions within the EU. Tensions with the European Union. EU over rule of law issues may jeopardize Hungary's access to funds. Problems facing the economy. Its economy is under strain as a result of 2 factors: high inflation and little diversification of industry. Number 2. Latvia. To achieve development, Latvia must overcome challenges in the areas of demographics and the economy. A decrease in the population. Because of emigration and low birth rates, Latvia's population has been decreasing, and the country has lost more than 20% of its total population during the 1990s. Economic susceptibility to risk. Even though it is a member of the European Union, Latvia continues to be reliant on markets outside of the EU, which makes it vulnerable to economic shocks. The influence of Russia. Tensions with the Russian-speaking minority in Afghanistan pose continuous obstacles in addition to geopolitical dangers. Number 1. Albania. Are there any measures that Albania can take to eliminate corruption and attract international investment in order to achieve sustainable growth? Albania continues to face challenges such as poverty, emigration, and corruption, despite its ongoing development. Problems facing the economy. A lack of economic diversification is a consequence of reliance on agriculture and remittances. Organizational crime and corrupt practices. High levels of corruption discourage foreign investment and undermine public administration. Don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more travel-related stuff. Have a good time in the next one.